Hello everybody, Captain VFC here with a look at a vintage kit. Now, I don't often look at vintage kits, I much prefer newer tools. I don't want to fight with a piece of plastic that looks out of date. I would much rather have something that, well, looks the part and has been cleverly designed. But there are exceptions to the rule, and here the exception is this aircraft, the Hawker Sea Fury, an aircraft that I very much like and would very much like to have a decent 1/72nd modern tooling of. However, well, there isn't one. So instead, I found a second-hand Pioneer 2 Hawker Sea Fury. First thing to mention is that I was inspired to buy this by another YouTuber, Model Minutes. I'm sure you know their channel, much bigger and better than mine, but if you don't, there will be hopefully a card and or link to the video that inspired this, because this kit is still available. A staple part of the PM models range since the 1990s, you can still buy a couple of versions of the Hawker Sea Fury, but they are this tool here, as is, interestingly, the Airfix 1/72nd Sea Fury from the sort of 2008-ish era, and the Matchbox release in the 1990s as well. They all stem back to this one tool from Pioneer 2. And this is the, as far as I'm aware, first release of this kit. So, firstly, why have I bought it other than seeing Matt from Model Minutes make the PM one? Well, as I've already said, I like the Hawker Sea Fury. Also, I found it fairly cheaply in my local model shop, and also I have a little theory. I say a theory, it's basically science. Unless work is done to improve a tool, the best pressing of a kit is the first pressing. So is this any better than the PM release? We're going to find out, aren't we? Okay, so on the box we have Hawker Sea Fury, big red lettering on the top left. We have this beautiful painting stroke drawing of one of the versions, which is quite proudly displayed there. It's the Royal Navy Historic Flight Aircraft TF956, although the eagle-eyed amongst you, including myself of course, may notice that the actual plane on the box is TF958, which is not the Royal Navy Historic Flight Sea Fury, but whatever. I guess somebody misread the number and did that. I don't know, we'll see. Here it says Pioneer 2 Series 4. I don't know what the Series 4 means. And down here, it doesn't say much. Model kit in a few languages, 1/72nd scale. And Don Greer. I don't know who that is. Don, if you're watching, please let me know who you are. On the back, we have the colour call-out and the versions included in the kit. They are essentially the same, which is Sky Type S and extra dark sea grey, am I right? Extra dark sea grey, something like that. We have one without stripes, one with stripes. The one with the stripes is the Royal Navy Historic Flight Yeovilton 1989, and the one without stripes is the Canadian Navy during the Korean War 1953. Have we got the correct registration? Yes, look, there it's TF956, and you can see it on the wings there as well, TF956. So for some reason on the front it's the wrong aircraft, but on the back it is absolutely fine. You will have to excuse the somewhat squished condition of the box, but as I say, this is probably the original 1988 release, at least from the research that I've done it would suggest so, and clearly it's been sitting around underneath other boxes for a little while. But the side just says really Pioneer 2 models, which is based in Keighley in West Yorkshire. And on this side, cement and paint not included. Suitable foraged 9 years to adult. Suitable foraged 9 years to adult. And the ends that you would see in the shop are basically just the aircraft and the branding. That is all. Notice how it's not taped on, but it clearly once was. Like I say, I bought this second hand. I bought this earlier in the year, so we cannot judge the kit for that. And that's how much I paid for it, £7, which incidentally is more than you can actually buy the PM version. But hey, I wanted it in this colour, and it's my money. I'll spend it how I want. Judge me or not, just whatever. Right, so we're going to take a little look inside. As you can see, fold end opening box. Oh, and that is it. That is what we've got. Little plastic bag, still sealed. Excellent. You can already see the decals in there. They are quite yellowed. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with those. I am open to suggestions. And so this is what we have inside the box. 3 sprues of fairly pale grey plastic. 1 tiny clear bit over here. The decals, as already mentioned. And the instructions, which is where we're going to start off. So we have a little bit of a history about the aircraft as a whole, as in the type, the Sea Fury, rather than the specific aircraft, but I will mention that fairly soon. Yeah, it's fine. Pause if you want to read it. I'm sure I'll go through a history in the build video, I usually do. And here are the instructions. It is very indicative of the time, which, by the way, I hadn't mentioned. 1988 was when this was first released, yes. That was before I was even born. But we have basically an exploded diagram and one showing the underneath, and then wheels up or wheels down. It's very much a here's a basic idea, work it out yourself kind of set of instructions. Very small as well. Interesting. It tells you how to apply the decals. Oh, in case of complaint, do you think I should send that off? For USA, send to there. Printed in Turkey. So it's printed in Turkey for a British company that you can also send things to in America. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, that checks. And on the back, look. Oh, it's not 1988. Look, a 1990 release from Pioneer 2 models, Sea Fury Trainer Mark 20. So clearly, this has been reprinted at some point after initial release 1988. The T20 actually came out in 92, so maybe this boxing dates from then. Okay, so I have double checked. There is definitely no date on the box, only the date on, not the date, but only the instructions suggesting it is not the original release from 1988. So the reason why I find the date particularly interesting, actually, well, hang on a minute, hold on, minuten. So the original kit, according to Scalemates, came out in 1988, but here we have Royal Navy Strike Flight Yeovilton 1989, and here we have an advert for a 1990 release. Why is that significant? Well, this exact aircraft, TF956, was unfortunately destroyed in a crash in 1989. So I was expecting that this release was before June 1989. Otherwise, why are they specifying on the box? Now, of course, you could just say, well, it was their aircraft before it crashed. There are reasons why you would still release a model after it's already crashed. I get that, but it makes no reference to it at all in the instructions or the box, which is an interesting choice. Either way, I suspect it was announced and released when TF956 was still airworthy, but this version was probably physically released after it had unfortunately crashed. Either way, maybe we'll never know. Let's have a look at the plastic. We have the fuselage. Sorry, I'll speak properly. Fuselage. Now, can you see any flash? I can't. That looks ridiculously crisp. Looks fantastic. I mean, the rockets are just blobs. There's no detail on there. The heads in particular are a bit silly. Oh, there's a... Whoop! It's airborne. There's a tiny bit of flash here on the back of the pilot seat. But that is about it. That is very crisp. No detail on the interior, of course. No sidewall or anything. Very standard for the time. The recessed panel lines are rather nice. I like those. Yes, very, very neat. And the wings, we have one-piece bottom and separate top. Again, beautiful recessed panel lines. Not too deep, not too shallow. Seems a bit odd that this was once released as a Matchbox kit, because Matchbox were known for their impressive panel lines. Whereas this is quite fine. This is very nice, very smart. And finally, the third sprue, which has Made in Turkey written on it. Again, there is no flash. There's a tiny blue blemish there. I don't really know why. Don't know what that is. But, saying that, I've just found the drop tanks. Look at that. Finally found some flash. very thin. You can probably bend it away. Yeah, I can bend it straight away. So it's very, very fine flash, but there is finally some on the drop tanks. But propeller blades have a tiny bit. Nothing you wouldn't expect for the age. I say for the age, I mean for the time that it was moulded. I know that this is an early pressing, as mentioned. Pressing? I always say pressing when it's really pumping, isn't it? Or injecting. Yeah, very, very smart. Hardly any issues with that. And finally, the canopy, which I've seen better and I've definitely seen worse. It's a little bit thick. It distorts a small amount, so not ideal, but also not really a problem. Very, very faint lines. Are they on the inside? Oh, you bugger. They're on the inside, aren't they? Let me poke it with a stick. Yep. Panel lines are on the inside. Gee, thanks Pioneer 2. It's just what I've always wanted. I was too busy rambling. I hadn't actually noticed the painting instructions are indeed here. Look, upper surfaces, extra dark sea grey gloss. Under surfaces, sky gloss. So it even specifies that it is a gloss finish. Interesting. Registration, black or white gloss. This one being, of course, well, black, in case you couldn't tell. That was a quick look at the Hawker Sea Fury. Again, let me know what you think I should do with the decals. I know that there are solutions you can get, and you can also leave them in the sun or high UV light to try and get rid of the yellowing that way. Or should I kind of stick with it and see what happens and just make it as it is? Bearing in mind that I can very easily replace this kit if I want to, given that it is available for not very much from PM. If you'd be so kind as to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want. You could be a channel member like these legends here. They help support the channel and help me keep this hobby afloat. You know, well, not keep the hobby afloat. Obviously, the hobby's afloat on its own. Keep me buying all the things that help me maintain this hobby, including a load of paints, such as the two for this aircraft here that I will be making very soon. Actually, I already have Sky Type S, but it's the extra dark sea greys in a paint set, so I will be doing it in this colour. That is non-negotiable. Anyway, I've already got distracted. Thank you very much for watching. Check out another video. Look, YouTube is recommending something for you. Ooh, tasty. And I'm now going to assemble this kit. I'm not going to put the decals on, don't worry, so your suggestions are still valid. But I'm going to go and make it because I want to, because I really like Hawker Sea Furies. Thanks. Bye.